seen the worst, so it's like kind of hard.
Real quick,
it's hard for the men to trust the strippers too. So there's that balance.
Real quick,
like,
you mentioned trust. It's very hard to find, right?
Like while being a stripper, or do you mean
just in general, right? You mentioned your age is 26. Yeah. Is that trustworthy?
I mean, I start off saying that I don't like discuss my age.
You're 31.
More like 36.
31.
I'm not 31. Whoever said that.
No. 36, right?
No.
No, she's not. Most of us
I'm not. I mean, I don't really.
Did chat already find out?
36.
They're saying she's 36?
But
I told you they
put records.
Wrong.
They're good, right? The people are good.
So then, what is it then,
bro?
It's 26. But I would love, if you think that I'm 36, please tell me how you got to that.
I mean, it's just an ID. Like,
yeah.
you want to know.
Yeah, it's just your personal identification, which people identify you by. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not 36.
Yeah,
I guess we can go by like trial and error.
You know what's a funny thing, though? It's ironic that you say guys meet you and they have trust issues. And our number one issue with you in the podcast is you telling the truth. Do you think that perhaps they look at you and they rightly assess that you're not a straightforward person?
I am straightforward, though. Because I tell them I don't.
So you're a real estate agent, Ariel, huh?
I used to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fucking warned you. I told you. They're going to find out who you are.
But I'm not 36, so it's weird.
No, I know, but do you know why I said that, though?
Why?
So you can tell me the real age.
Oh, okay.
It's 30.
It's not.
I just turned 46 this month.
Bruh.
Yo, they know your real name.
Good.
You're a real estate agent. We have it right here.
Yeah, from LinkedIn, but like that was something I like signed up for in South Carolina.
Not the LinkedIn. Not the LinkedIn.
Not the LinkedIn. But also you
we
don't
have
to
a liar
disclose.
who wants to be trusted.
Yeah, W
lie
Mods.
detector test.
We have a liar
And I warned you, too. I told you there's going to be 20, 30,000 people watching. Someone is going to find out your name, what you do, and how old you are, and you still proceeded to lie.
Do you not think that you can lie on your LinkedIn profile?
Oh, so you lied there, but you're telling the truth here. That's amazing. That's really scummy. Like, that's what kills me is that.
Is
Yo,
it
Mark,
scummy?
I
so scummy.
need healing, bro.
Girl,
I need
at
healing.
this point, just show your
Can we talk about it? Like, why?
This is craziness.
Can we?
so
I really want to
scummy.
know. Like, if you guys are going to kick me off the podcast, I would like to talk about it. Like,
Did they
why?
kick you off or are you kicking yourself
No,
off?
I'm just trying to ask a question. Like,
but
why is it such a big deal to you guys?
Why is it a
Like,
big deal to you, but to no one else around the table?
But I explained that.
Like, literally
I
no one else
explained that
around
at
the
the
table.
beginning. So
you're
I'm
special?
asking you.
Aria, so they do demographics. It's actually really helpful stuff. They do demographics. They have over 2,000 women they've had on the show. And so in order for the demographics to work, they have to ask your demographics.
This man is literally writing down notes.
It's not a personal thing.
It's completely fair, but I'm saying here's
special.
what I'm trying to say. Okay, dude. Anyway, so I go out on dates with people, and they will ask me, and I will tell them that I don't disclose my age.
Sure.
What's
I thought
happening?
you said this is not a date.
What's happening
this
right
is not a
now
date at
is
all.
that we are on a live podcast where a lot of people are watching, and if I'm going on dates with men and I'm telling them that I don't disclose my age, and you guys are like, "What's your age?" and I'm telling them, they're gonna know.
Sure, but you were asking why it was important to them. That's why it's like they're not trying to like score on you. It's just one of the things. It's a demographic thing.
What I'm trying to ask is like,
I don't give a fuck what you got to say. At this point, it's our podcast, it's our platform, it's one of the prerequisite rules. You come on someone's platform, you got to understand you abide by their rules and terms. This is an opportunity for you, not the other way around. So if you want to come on the platform,
No, she's making you $2,000 right now.
Yeah, like
she's
if you want to, like,
$2,000.
this isn't like some situation where it's like, oh yeah, this is negotiable. No, it's our shit. So this is what we do. We ask girls this. We keep data, and we do it for a reason because there's a body of data that we keep to help guys as far as like understanding how women move in the West. Now this is what I'm going to say. I'll let the chat choose. Chat. Put ones in the chat if y'all wanted to kick her off because she obviously fucking lied, and I knew she was going to lie.
Yeah.
Or two if y'all wanted to stay. I'll let the chat go ahead and see what they want to do.
Yeah, I'm
if
telling
we
you,
get
really
more
nice, but
twos,
honesty's,
we'll let you stay. But we obviously figured out who you are. I knew the chat was going to find out who you were, and you're well into your 30s.
They're good.
So
I'm well
and
into
they found
my
out your
30s.
real name,
Yeah.
your real estate agent, etc. So it's like, bruh.
So
like,
how old are you?
I warned
Or you gonna
too.
say the truth?
How old
now,
are you?
then we just don't worry about the chat.
It ain't that serious, honestly. How old are you?
Yo, what if she's a witness protection?
we're all
Calm
brothers.
down.
She wouldn't fucking be here.
on the podcast.
She wouldn't be here. She was
Yeah.
witness protection.
This is why we should not believe in equality between the male and the female because clearly,
You already don't believe in equality.
Clearly, I don't. Clearly.
Yeah, you clearly
But
don't.
let me
Like,
explain
you
why.
matched
Hold
me
on.
with-
Why do you wait till I start talking to start talking, love?
Because you're always talking.
Okay, well, go ahead and stop stop then, and you can listen more because you might learn something.
It's hard
you see,
when you're always being
No, don't interrupt
rude.
me when you're always lying. You see, if you weren't lying, maybe we'd be polite
Maybe
here.
if you would
That's
have
the
like
problem.
started talking to me,
Maybe if you would
from
tell
a
the truth,
place
you
of
wouldn't have to
not
protect your
being
lies.
rude.
You're trying to protect your lies, and
just
it's a sad
think
thing.
that
You are a
you think
person
that
who
you're
has
a
no
man
respect
so
for
that you're
others. You're a
able to talk
narcissist.
over
A
others.
man could never
I'm a
grow up
narcissist?
and think that they're special when they're not
projecting right
special.
now.
You're a very
You're
average person.
projecting.
You didn't even get veneers before you went into the sex industry. That's what messes me up.
But you're probably,
No,
you're
really.
probably
It's
the
a
same
basic.
type of man.
It's a basic.
This is the same type of man that's like, you don't need plastic surgery, you don't need to do anything to yourself. Why are you doing this?
No.
But you're going to attack a woman on the way that she looks. You're fucking narcissist and you're rude.
Okay, so it's kind of split. So I'm going to do a poll on the chat and we'll see what they say.
It's split on mine.
It's-
Let's move on.
yeah.
Go back later.
So we'll do a poll.
They
We'll do a
are.
poll.
I just don't
They're bad for your
understand
teeth.
how you're
No, they're
always coming
terrible.
at
They're
women
terrible.
being rude.
Stop
Like,
talking about
maybe
women.
if
It's
can-
about you. Don't,
Okay, well
that's
then
the
why
problem.
are you being
you try
rude
to
to me?
extract it.
Why are
when
you
did we
being
have an issue? When I was
At
talking,
the very
you started
beginning,
talking.
you started
That's a
off with
problem.
rudeness. Like
And
if
that's
you
why you're
don't
being
have respect
flamed.
for me, then don't talk to me.
It's because of
easy
who
as
you
that.
are. Don't say it's women.
Because of
It's
who
because of
I
who you
am.
are as an individual.
All based off because I didn't want to
That's like
state
me
my
saying
age.
you have a problem with me because I'm black. No, it could be
No,
because I'm a
I
jerk.
have a problem
it
with
could be
you
because I'm a
because you're
jerk.
rude.
So you are a
Yes,
liar, and I
that's
do have a
why.
problem with you. And most people don't address you. That's why you've been sticking with the lie for years on end, lying to guy after guy after
if
guy.
I state
and
at
I'm
the
telling you,
beginning
it's
that
unacceptable.
I don't disclose my age, and you guys force me to tell my
No
age
one
when
can
I
force
told you.
you.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
can
So if
force
I
you.
start at the beginning and I say
You're a little
I
loud.
don't disclose, oh,
You're a little loud.
yeah,
You're hurting my
it's
ears.
wrong when I
I should
yell,
move
but
on
it's
to the next
okay for
topic.
you
Yeah,
to do it.
fair enough.
I think
Yeah,
this one's played out.
Yeah, you're good.
Let's move on.
Yeah, you're good. Carrying on.
Oh, okay.
Age
Thank
ain't
you.
nothing
He
but
was asking the questions.
baby.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll
Good call.
We gave you a chance, man.
All right,
Yeah.
so I started the poll. We'll see what they say in the chat. We'll move on to the next girl. In the
I got a
meantime.
question for the guys around the table. Have you ever dated a woman who wouldn't tell you her age?
No.
Never in life.
Have you ever been on a date where it's like, no, I don't
so
disclose
weird.
my
Yeah.
age?
Like I would like
Can I
to
say
make them tell me.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because it's like after a while, there's going to be telltale signs. You're going to figure it out on your own sooner or later, right?
If a man did that, it's a
Yeah, my
red
favorite
flag.
band in high school was Nirvana. Okay, yeah, you're not 26.
Yeah, you're not
26.
Yeah, I mean, there's
I think all of us are intelligent guys. We don't just trust what girls say. We watch the little behaviors you do. I'm assuming all you guys do the same thing.
well,
when
if you're
dating.
that invested in the date with
Exactly.
with the
We're
woman who's
reading.
not going to tell you her age, it's almost like it's like a puzzle. You know, it's like you could just pick up like Nirvana or something.
Rolo,
like,
you remember
or
when we
whatever.
pulled out of Saigon? You remember that?
Yeah, dude. Actually, I do
You
remember
were
that.
6 years
Yeah.
old.
Exactly.
So I feel like when you're dating someone, like progressively, it's okay for me to tell you the age, but when you first start off, it's like you're trying to figure out my age so you can like perceive
Have you?
what
Let me,
I've learned
I
already.
got another question. I got
Perception of your
just one last follow up here. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been on a date where you would not tell the guy your age, but like later on you dated him some more and then you did tell him your age?
Yes, often when we travel and they book flights, I have to give them my information.
That's when you do it. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to say something? Go ahead.
You wait, say book on the trip.
So when you're getting
Hold on, she
flued
had
out,
something.
then that's when you
I
gotta be
Fluid out, or
Okay.
we're
I
starting
know
to talk
enough.
about children.
I know.
Hold on. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that you got it's because we're on the podcast. You have your rules, right? Cool, respectable. But I'm from the South, and I'm not that I agree with it, but I've heard that a lot.
It's a
from
manners
women.
thing in the South.
Yeah, like
It
like,
is true.
I don't really understand. I don't know why. Like my mother did it, like my grandmother, everyone. I'm not that way. I don't care. It's the only way I would
She's
not
talking about
tell
someone in the South not asking a woman her age.
Oh yeah, it's
You're
considered.
from Louisiana. It's
bad
I'm from
form.
Louisiana.
Yeah, it's bad. I've heard
Some of
that.
my family lives in Mississippi, in like the Mississippi Delta, which is like pretty much as
The
very,
deep South.
very like Bible Belt Southern. That's how it is. I don't know, but I just know that that's a very common thing that I've heard. Like,
Yeah,
I understand being truthful. I understand your rules. I was just saying, I've heard
Can
it a lot.
I ask you ladies a question? So you do understand that biology is somewhat misogynistic, and women past the age of 40, they have a less than 5% chance of carrying a child to term. If a man wanted to know how much longer, I hate to be so clinical here, but if a man wanted to know how much longer your reproductive career was, realistically, wouldn't that be a reason, if he deliberately wanted to start a family, for him to know how old you are?
I mean, I don't care
Go
either
ahead.
way. I'll tell them.
Go ahead,
But a
Lucy.
lot of men
What
do.
you saying, Natalie?
What if you don't want kids?
Right, but what if he does want kids and he's being forward with you and saying he wants kids? Isn't it fair to him to know, hey, we have this much time left? You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
I said that though.
Yeah, I know.
When
Okay.
it comes to like childbearing, you want to know how long we have, or if you're trying to figure out if a girl's over 21, for obvious
she's
reasons.
Over 18, you mean?
Are you in menopause, and how many years before you are?
Can I address
I know
what she
women in
said?
menopause.
Because there was really two things that I think all of us need to think about. We're in the age of cultural reconstruction. And we need to be very thoughtful and deliberate about the new culture that's emerging. Now, 2 notes about where you're from. So you said Mississippi and Louisiana. Mississippi has consistently been the poorest state in the union. If Puerto Rico was a state, it would be poorer than Mississippi. Louisiana has also had some of the lowest rates of literacy and education. Huey P. Long in your state was the one who really brought education to the masses, a great man, a populist. But before that, you guys were like very provincial, separated, you know, missing teeth, uneducated. And this is white males were uneducated in Mississippi. So what we're talking about is a culture that's coming from a lower class place. Now, at what point in human history do the lower classes produce things that are admirable?
Oh shit.
At what point?
It's a loaded question.
I mean, it's an interesting way to ask
It's a
it.
rhetorical question, which is to say that in America, Louisiana is lovely. I make it down to the NO all the time. And I love the accents. The people are great, have a beignet and all that good stuff.
it.
But and the women are fantastic. But in the United States of America, Mississippi and Louisiana are about as important as North and South Dakota. And they're not what defines American culture, Western culture. They've never been at the helm of anything that we viewed as good. So what I'm saying is, yes, that's your culture, but that doesn't mean that it's a good thing or it's something that should be kept alive.
I agree with that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yo, this is simple.
Well-
If you have a house, right, and I'm a guest in your house, you have a rule set that says, take your shoes off in my house.
Fair.
I'm breaking your rules.
Yeah.
You just broke the rules.
Take off
That's,
shoes.
that's what it is. It's
And I
simple.
warned you too. And by the way, 81% of this chat wants you gone, so just get up and leave.
Deuces.
All right. Well, I'm Aria Riley,
No,
the
no, no,
stripper.
no,
Just leave.
No,
Just
you
leave.
Just go.
can.
Just
I'm
go.
still
And
here,
we're
so
taking
you
your
Bleed
can't
it out.
like
We don't
stop
want to hear
me.
it. Go
Follow
on.
me
No,
on
no,
the
no, don't
OnlyFans,
follow
you
us.
guys.
Get out the house.
Yeah, go
Get out the house,
Bye.
go. Just leave,
Now,
please.
now you want to go ahead and move the
Bye.
ball.
Go ahead.
When I warned you and I
Thanks a lot.
told
See,
you.
dude, nobody fucking cares. You guys
now you're
claim to hate
cursing.
hoes and like
Now
you
you're
just got one
cursing.
pregnant. Bye.
Whoa.
Okay.
You didn't even have anything to do with that. It's just the anger. Viciousnly.
We're not being rude. You didn't follow the rules.
Very vicious and mean.
And by the way, I
Get
love
up and
hoes.
leave,
By the
bro.
way,
Yeah.
I love hoes.
You're a cloud chaser. You're a cloud chaser.
I'm on
You
this
mentioned
anti-hoe thing, guys.
Another podcast over here. Like, it's like,
Your
look,
podcast just got demonetized. Is that why you're here?
Go ahead. Carry on.
It's been
Carry
for a year.
on. Carry on.
We've been
People always
demonetized.
think I hate hoes. I'm like, no, I love hoes.
And you're old.
late.
I'm
And you're
pretty
old.
sure he still has more money than you,
Oh
though.
my god, I'm so afraid
I'm
of aging.
pretty sure.
Bro, you look like a
Why
fucking
don't we
clown.
all just stop taking the
Look like a
bait?
fucking
How about
clown.
that?
All right, let's
Is
be
there,
nice.
How about that?
is there any bait, though?
I mean, I feel like we spent a little bit more time.
Can I
than
like
necessary
drop
on that.
something?
I mean,
I
we
wanna-
could have just let her go.
I agree. It's totally
I want to
stupid.
drop something on. I want to drop something
But
on
I do get
Marquette
the
real
point.
quick.
How old are the boys?
Okay,
How old
drop
are you?
something on
I'm
me.
going to
How
drop
old are you
something on
guys?
Marquette real
Let's
quick.
go with that.
Drop something on me.
I'll tell you exactly how old I am.
Are you right? You're 40.
You're just old as fuck. Who cares about you? Get the fuck out of here.
You already said it.
Yeah,
no,
I mean-
no, Marquette. That's when she was talking about like it's like bad form or it's not. It's improper.
In bad
impolite,
taste, as some people
improper
say.
etiquette to
Yes.
ask a woman what her age is or what her weight is for that matter as well. There's certain
To
things
some people.
that's like it's like impolite to say those
Correct,
things, right?
yeah.
Now that's old school. That's old, like way. You want to talk about chivalry? That's part of chivalry, actually. You don't ask a woman's age or her weight, but you also don't ask a man how much he makes, and you also don't ask. There's some questions you're not
That's true.
supposed that women
Very
are not
true.
supposed to
Very
ask men,
true.
and there's a reason for that. Is because women need to have some sort of mystery, some sort of obscurity as to whether or not they're somebody that's worth like sticking around for and like reproducing with, right? Because if she is older,
That's one excuse to come back.
anything that makes her older makes her less fertile, right? Men tend to select for fertility and youth and beauty. We talk about this all the time on here, right? So why wouldn't it be poor form to ask a woman who is like say 36 years old and say, she's how old are you? Well, the thing is, most men don't need to ask that. They can figure that out.
Totally.
And if you can't figure it out on your own, you're not the kind of guy that ought to be fucking around with this chick in the first place. Because you should be worldly enough
sharp, yeah.
to understand this shit. Likewise, women should not be like, well, how much does he make? How much do you make?
Yeah, right.
Well, the Lamborghini that I just pulled up in should like invalidate that quote. You
math.
should fucking know too. And so, therefore, maybe you're not somebody that I ought to be with in the first place because you can't
you
figure
just
out
reminded me. I'm
basics.
hoping they're not keying my car on the way out. God damn. Leave it alone. Jesus Christ.
I just got to
Should have parked in the back.
But
we're going to cut to Rumble in a little bit, guys. So rumble.com/fresh. We're going to cut in like the next minute or two, guys.
You do
just
understand why there are social conventions like that.
Of course. And those are the things that, as I said, we need to be a conscious designer of culture moving forward because people talk about matriarchy, not realizing that we've already been under the matriarchy. And I also want to promote beating up simps.
Can I? They probably do a lot of that being on
I feel like you kick your husband's ass all the time. Like, do you have that ball tied up just whooping him?
Hell no, my baby is the man.
Because this leather stuff over here, I'm like.
Yeah, well, that's for the women. Usually.
Okay, that's what's up.
But there's some traumatized women that need some simps.
they
Sometimes you need some healing. You need a little bit of soft love.
You need some simps.
After you've been through with some crazy psycho, like, I mean, it might be nice to be with a little nice guy.
That's the deep
for
part.
a transitional period. You know?
No, those guys are simps. The guys who are crazy and abusive, those are actual simps. There's levels to it.
I had an experience like that. It was
you see,
awful.
The simps are the emotional males.
Okay, that's
They're not
fair.
the rational male. Wordplay. And because they're so emotional, thank you, sir. Because they're so emotional, when you don't give them what they want, or when they don't feel secure, or when you don't make them feel like a man, see, that's a problem. They're not a man. They need you. And when you're dealing with that parasitic relationship and they feel a lack, that's when they become emotional and violent. So those are not men at all. Those are the
I can see your
simps.
point. That's valid. I can see how a real man would be more protective and make you feel safe.
Because when I said, like, what are you, like, 5'2", 5'3"?
5'4".
Or 5'4", sorry about that. I
No.
want to take 2 inches off you. But, like, if you get mad at me, I look at you, and it's kind of funny. You know, it's like kind of like in
Sure.
I'm trying not to laugh while you're mad,
Sure.
but in the back of my head, and, like, if you ball up your fist, like, it doesn't look threatening
It's
to
cute,
me.
and you're not trying to patronize me either. I understand.
Right. And if you actually try to attack me, I'd probably just bear hug you. You know,
Yeah, that's-
and
no,
tell you
that's
I
a
love
real
you.
man, hopefully.
And tell you that I love you until you, like, relaxed and started crying and calmed down.
That's beautiful.
Right?
I
Now,
like
if this
that.
motherfucker right here balled up his fist, I'm pulling out the clapper. Everybody's getting it. Everyone's going.
Yeah.
But
He
those
doesn't
are the
get a
simps.
bear hug?
It's not going to last very long.
Listen,
That's all I really wanted.
I'm going to pray that the cameras are not live. I'm going to OJ. Let's just new OJ.
boy.
New OJ.
All right, so 2 down,
If the
7 to
glove
go.
fits.
Get some water, stop some water there real quick.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
Okay, so
Thank you, brother.
Yes,
we're
Oh,
talking about the age of
Her turn.
Louisiana and everything else like that.
Get over with Bree.
Okay, yeah.